Good day, everyone. Happy day of the week. So we got it working. He got it working. Ben Heck got the prototype Nintendo PlayStation working. He put on his channel yesterday or the day before. I'll put a link to it down in my description here. The fact that he got the system working, I guess he went through the whole thing, found some burnt out capacitors, stuff that wasn't making the CD drive load up or anything. He got it working. He burned some images of some games that were developed for it, which that just blows my mind that there's games developed for it that developers have already made via emulation, and they just tweaked them just a little bit. They get them working on real hardware. That's just fantastic. That's good fucking job. You guys are awesome. So check that out. It's so cool to see this thing boot up and play a game. Obviously, there's no one's going to be selling the thing anytime soon, but just the fact that it's working, that we have a Nintendo PlayStation, is just fucking awesome. Anyway, I had a PlayStation gripe that I wanted to address, and I've seen this online a bunch, and it bugs the shit out of me, is the whole PS1 versus PSX verbiage or abbreviation for the fucking system. When it came out, we called it PSX. Now, I know this because I existed at that time, and I know what we called the fucking thing. And I know nowadays, because there's PS2s, and something actually called a PSX, and a PS3, and a PS4, and a PS13, that PSX is not really what it's called anymore, but it shouldn't be ridiculed that you call it that. No one, especially in the US, is buying that official PSX DVR DVD player fucking system Sony made. So just quit it. PS1, PSX, same thing. Shut up. While I'm on the topic of PlayStation gripes, one more little one is the whole thing with the different versions of the first PlayStation. Now, I'm not talking about the big one versus the small one, the actual one called PS1. No. I'm talking about the audiophile version of the PlayStation 1. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, if you look at the back of different first version PS1s, the bigger one, the gray one, with the bigger gray one, on the back of it, there were three output variations. And the first one being, it was a actual composite jacks. It was the yellow, the red, and the white. And people have gone on that this version of the system contains a superior audiophile level CD player that is just the best thing out there for listening to CDs. Okay, that's great. I have one. I have both versions. I've tried to listen to the difference. I don't hear it, but I guess I don't have the finely tuned ear for such. That part doesn't bug me. The part that bugs me is people thinking that that version is worth any more money. It's not worth any more money. Fuck off. If you get $1 more for it and that makes you feel better about being you, good for you. On to better news. Nintendo filed a trademark or patent for Bowser and for Koopa, or for King Koopa, which that boggles my mind that they didn't have a trademark for that already, seeing they used that character in like 42 gazillion games. But I guess now he's going to be in his own game, possibly. And I really want to know what kind of game that's going to be. I was trying to fathom that it's some kind of game where you play the role of him in trying to defeat Mario, but I think that's too easy. I don't think they're going to go that route. I don't know what they're going to do, but I don't think they're going to do that. If they are, I'll be surprised, but I don't see it. If you guys have any ideas of what that game's going to be, I would love to hear what they are. So comment below and tell me what you think a good Bowser game would be. Because I'm drawing a complete blank on what would make a good, Bowser-oriented game. And speaking of space demons, I did see Guardians of the Galaxy 2, or Volume 2, they call it that. It's awesome. I highly recommend going to see it. The only takeoff from the first one is a little more humor, and the first one had a lot of humor too. This one took the humor and they went that direction with it. It's funny, it's a little goofy, but it's a really good movie. So I highly recommend going to see it. I don't want to go too much into the plot. I don't want to spoil it for people, because if I start talking about it in too much length, I will just spoil the shit out of the movie, so I'm going to stop there just before I fuck up somebody's day. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.